And here we go from the Ohio softball field. It is Ohio's home opener in 2025, game 23 of the season. Alongside Angelo Travis, my name is Sam Hyman. Angelo, the Bobcats are 16-6 on the season. They have been dominant in a lot of different areas. What impresses you the most about the Bobcats so far?
I mean, what is there not to impress Ohio? I mean, they have a very potent offense, scoring about 6 runs a game. And then on the flip side, their pitching has been stellar, a 3.13 team ERA. So that's what I really like about Ohio.
And Stonehill, the Stonehill College Skyhawks, 5-7 on the season. They are still making the full transition to the Division I level. This is their 3rd season at the D1 level.
Yeah, head coach Ali Malouf, she said the transition to Division I, it's been tough, and as it always is. She said, but the girls' mentality has been, hey, it's just softball. Let's get in there. Let's play. Let's get this thing rolling.
Let's go. Mikey Living in the circle for the Bobcats. She's making her 7th start of the season, a sizzling 2.31 ERA for the sophomore from New Haven, West Virginia. And we are underway here at the Ohio softball field. Glad you're with us. Natalie Bottolieri at the plate for Stonehill. Mikey Living has been so impressive this season. 3rd best ERA in the MAC, a 2.31 earned run average.
Yeah, she's been stellar. She's a part of the 3-headed monster for Ohio, you could say, pitching-wise. She's been electric. She's given up no doubles and no triples and only 1 home run so far this year.
A pitching staff that is as deep as it's been since Jenna Hall took over as head coach. Coach Hall in her 3rd season with the Bobcats. 1-1 pitch, and that is on the top of the zone, strike 2 to Natalie Bottolieri. Game 23 for Ohio softball this season, finally at home. And talking to some of the student athletes and coaches, they are fired up to be home on this gorgeous day. Shelby Wessler makes a great catch over at 3rd base.
What a play.
And that's the first out.
That is. We had a chance to sit down with head coach Jenna Hall for Ohio, and she said that Mikey has really grown. She's gained some velocity. She said she's really sticking to her strengths this year, which is the locating her pitches. It's that late break that she has on her ball. She said she has a huge changeup. She's got to throw it for strikes, and she also added a drop ball, Sam, so we'll see if we see that here today.
First pitch swinging, Piper Hoffman grounds it to short. Abby Kennelly, the freshman shortstop, makes the play. 2 quick outs for Ohio defensively. The starting defensive alignment for Jenna Hall's team, left to right in the outfield, Izzy Wilson, CC Keidel, Belle Hummel. On the infield, Shelby Wessler. At 3rd, Abby Kennelly, who just made that play, is at shortstop. Lauren Uhas, the second baseman. Brenna Farmer is at 1st. And the senior Emma Hoffner does the catching. And to your point about Mikey Living and just her growth, only a sophomore, but her changeup and the drop ball make it so difficult for hitters to pick up on both of those pitches.
Absolutely. They have the same movement, Sam. The one big difference in the 2 pitches is really the speed. They leave the hand the same way. That's why it's so difficult for these hitters to pick up coming out of the hand.
This is Melanie Snyder at the plate for Stonehill. The catcher batting in the 3 spot for the Skyhawks. That just misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Stonehill, they're on the Ohio tour this week. They've played in multiple areas of the state of Ohio, beginning in Oxford against the Miami Redhawks. And then they played yesterday against Dayton. Lost both of those games as that pitch hits Melanie Snyder, and the first base runner of the game.
Yeah, Melanie Snyder, the freshman out of Howard Beach, New York. She's hitting .353 this year, 2 runs, 1 RBI, 6 hits. She started in 5 games, Sam. She's made 9 appearances. And as we'll see with a lot of this Stonehill lineup, there's a lot of inconsistency, a lot of girls who haven't played a whole lot of games.
But the one thing that Stonehill head coach Ali Malouf told us was the mindset of this team is in the right place as this gets away from Mikey Living. Fair ball, and Stonehill in position with 2 outs here in the top of the 1st inning. That ball hit the plate. Harper Sullivan reaches. And so first and third with 2 outs, and this is Shannon Conti, the third baseman at the plate, senior from Amesbury, Massachusetts, hitting .226 this season.
Yeah, that ball, when it hits the plate like that, Sam, the spin that ball grabs from hitting the plate kind of kills the momentum, and as we saw, it kind of spun back our way, and Mikey she couldn't handle it. So now we got first and third here for Stonehill.
Definitely a weird situation right there, having to play that ball off the plate. So an error on the Bobcats.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see here if Stonehill attempts to steal second, as we have a mound visit from Ohio's pitching coach. They're only 6 for 13 on stolen base attempts this year. They've not been very good at stealing bases. However, moving that runner up that extra 60 feet, that puts another runner in scoring position. So 1 base hit, you could get 2 runs in instead of just scoring the 1. So I'll be interested to see what they do here with runners on first and third.
Quick visit in the circle from pitching coach Maddie McCready. First season as an assistant coach on this Ohio softball staff, but very familiar to Athens. She was a part of that 2018 MAC tournament championship team and was a pitcher on that team. So brings a ton of experience back to this program. Shannon Conti at the plate for Stonehill, threatening early, and that hits the outside corner for a strike. Stonehill got shut out in both of their games earlier this week against Dayton and Miami. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Living. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
That's just a great location there, Sam. She's been attacking the outside half of the plate on this hitter here. Just pitch after pitch. There she jams it inside and gets the strike. That's beautiful location from Mikey right there.
2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the first inning. And this is lined right at Lauren Uhas. And it ends the top of the first inning. So Stonehill threatens, but they strand 2 runners. We go to the bottom of the first inning. After this, Ohio bats for the first time today. Game 1 of our doubleheader here at the Ohio softball field. Bottom of the first inning here at the Ohio softball field, Ohio's home opener. And we're glad you're with us live on YouTube. Gorgeous day for softball. Temperatures expected to hit in the low 70s here on March 13th. With Angela Travis, I'm Sam Hyman. No score, Ohio and Stonehill. Lauren Uhas leads off. First pitch is high, ball 1. Lauren Donovan is the starting pitcher for the Skyhawks, junior from Marblehead, Massachusetts. Second start of the season. Off speed, fools Uhas, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Lauren Donovan's been great in the circle this year for Stonehill, Sam. She's got 1 win, 1 save to her name. She's got a 3 ERA. She's done really well at pitching to her strengths on the mound.
Yeah, we spoke to Coach, and she told us, Ali Malouf said that Lauren actually started her college career at James Madison, as this is bunted and it hits Uhas. She is out.
Yeah,
So
hit her,
1 out.
hit her outside of the box, dead ball. She's out there. That's really unfortunate. That was a really good bunt. We spoke to Jenna Hall, and she said Lauren Uhas at that leadoff she loves because her ability to hit a home run
Exactly.
or lay down the bunt and beat it out and get to first with her speed. So that was a great attempt there. Just kind of unfortunate that it bounced up and hit her.
CC Keitel at the plate for Ohio. But yeah, Lauren Donovan, the junior pitcher for Stonehill, she actually started out at James Madison. Didn't play softball, though. Only spent a semester at JMU, and then she decided to get back into softball. So only spent a semester in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And Coach told us that her ball moves very well and very good at sequencing pitches. So we'll see how that plays out today. 2 balls and no strikes to CC Keitel. And that hits the outside corner, strike 1. CC moving up in the lineup, the 2 spot for the 2nd consecutive week.
Yeah, Coach said that she's been great the last 2 weeks. She hit 500 2 weeks ago, and she hit 400 last week. So that is why she got the bump up into the 2nd spot in the order as she flies out to left field there. Yeah, Coach Jenna Hall said she's been great. So that is why she got that nod to kind of move up in the order.
Almost got that one to go out of the yard, but it is the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 1st inning. CC has 9 hits over the last 6 games, so definitely something to keep an eye out on. And if she stays up in that number 2 spot for Jenna Hall's team, a team that is 16-6 overall this season. This is Brenna Farmer, the first baseman, sophomore from Mount Blanchard, Ohio, who has made a tremendous adjustment from her freshman season to her sophomore season. She hit .226 as a freshman, and she leads this team in hitting close to .350.
Yeah, Coach Jenna Hall had so many great things to say about Brenna Farmer. She said out of anybody on her team that Brenna had the most growth at the plate, just in everything, her approach, her confidence. She said she's like a brand new hitter in there. And not only that, she said Brenna Farmer plays such a big leadership role for this team.
Exactly. No, it's crazy. Like, talking to Brenna Farmer, you'd think she's a graduate student. I mean, seriously, she is only a sophomore, but she has this leadership mindset and mentality that is second to none. And one thing that she said she's continuously trying to learn is how big of an impact she can make and have on her teammates. Going home after practice and wondering, did I handle that conversation right? Should I have handled that better? And that's just, when you're asking yourself those types of questions, it's powerful. This is a big-time swing into left field. Emma Hoffner, just another day at the office, the senior catcher with a double. And the Bobcats in business, 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. Hoffner's 8th double of the season.
Sam, she has been stellar for the Bobcats. You can't even put it into words. She's hitting .329. She scored 20 runs. Sam, she has 30 RBIs. We're 22 games through
Insane. Yeah, she is. She's actually 17th in the nation in RBIs per game this season. Emma Hoffner, the senior from New Stanton, Pennsylvania. This is Maddie Wilcox. That kicks away from the catcher, Melanie Snyder. 1 ball and no strikes. The defensive alignment for Stonehill in this game: Piper Hoffman in left, Natalie Bottolieri in center, Taylor Schoonmaker is in right, Shannon Conti's the 3rd baseman, Chloe Kelly at short, Emily Nardelli is the 2nd baseman, as this ball is ripped foul. Harper Sullivan at first, and Melanie Snyder is the catcher. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Ohio trying to strike first.
Maddie Wilcox has been great with runners in scoring position. She's got 15 RBIs on the year. She's been kind of more of a silent hitter on this team because of how many great bats there really are on this team, Sam. She's hitting .306. She has 19 hits, 2 walks, 3 doubles. She's done really great at the plate for the Bobcats.
Only played in 9 games last season, so has been asked to do a lot more in her senior campaign. As this ball is crushed into left center field, still going back and at the wall. That ball is up off the wall, and 2-run score. It's a double for Maddie Wilcox, and Ohio leads 2-0.
Sam, that was 1 push-up, 1 sit-up away from leaving the ballpark. I mean, off the top of the fence and comes back into play. But like I was just saying, she's been a great silent bat for the Bobcats. 2 outs, she goes up with an approach, hits a ball to center field, and scores 2 runs.
Literally so close. It hit off the top of the wall, and the Bobcats take a 2-0 advantage. Just a quick visit. No pitching change. Lauren Donovan remains in the circle. Allie Malouf, the head coach for Stonehill, having a brief conversation in her 4th season with the Skyhawks. She does believe that the strength of this team will ultimately be in the circle when conference play starts for Stonehill. And that actually starts tomorrow. They're going to play their conference opener tomorrow. They took about a month off. First weekend series was February 7th to the 9th, and then their next game wasn't until March 7th. So a lot of time to practice, but they have played every single day since March 7th, except for one day.
Yeah, maybe that's what that long break was for. It was, making up for this crazy schedule that they have here at the beginning of March, as that one's flied into right field. But all in all, Sam, practice is not like the game. Game speed and practice speed is very, very much different. So I'll be excited to see how Stonehill, bounces back from that long break. And then, this is game 7 and 8 in a week span. So.
All right, so we head to the second inning. Ohio leads 2-0 right here at the Ohio softball field in Athens. We'll be back in a moment. Top of the second inning here at the Ohio softball field in Athens with Angelo Travis. I'm Sam Hyman. And Stonehill set to bat Chloe Kelly, May Dawes, and Emily Nardelli due up for the Skyhawks' 5-7 record in their 3rd season as a Division I program, transitioning from Division II to Division I. That is on the outside corner, strike one to Kelly, the senior, hitting .227.
I love what Mikey Living has been able to do, command and sequence-wise. She's really working the hitters on the outside half, and then she gets it to 1-2, 2-2, and she drills that pitch inside. I just love her sequencing right now in the early half of the game.
It's been fun to watch Mikey's young career unfold. Again, she is only a sophomore from New Haven, West Virginia, and she had an unbelievable high school career at Wahama High School, the White Falcons in West Virginia. Softly struck on the ground, Lauren Uhas makes the play. 1 up, 1 down in the top of the second inning. So in high school, Mikey was the West Virginia Softball State Player of the Year in 2023. Unreal season. Her senior season was off the charts. 21-4 record, a .68 ERA, 259 strikeouts in 155 innings.
Those are some numbers there. Yeah, she led them to back-to-back state titles. And, I mean, you hear the numbers for yourselves. Like, that's insanity there for Mikey Living in high school.
That misses outside. This is May Dawes at the plate, the DP.
Yeah, May Dawes, she's the only redshirt junior on this squad for Stonehill. She did not appear in game action in the 2023 season, Sam. And this season, she's played 11 games. She's had 10 starts, and it's not quite where she would want it to be. She's only hitting 200 and 1 run, 3 RBIs. She has a 249 career batting average. So, you know, today against Ohio and as they move forward into conference play, I'm sure that May is looking to really elevate her ability at the plate to where it's been her whole career.
An offense that's still trying to get in rhythm. The Stonehill team, they do return 5. Their top 5 hitters, actually, from last season are back this season. Here's the 3-1 pitch, outside corner, strike 2.
Yeah, Sam, to your point about their offense, they're scoring about 3 runs a game right now, which, you know, that's not bad. That's not bad. However, when you're giving up runs and you're not pitching as well as you would like to be, that's where their offense needs to pick up the slack a little bit from the circle.
Ground ball to third. Shelby Wessler makes the play, and they're going to wave it off. Foul ball. That hit May Dawes. So full count with 1 out in the top of the 2nd inning. Ohio leads 2-0. Mikey Living looking for her first strikeout of the game. Here's the payoff pitch. Mikey this season, 25 strikeouts, 23 walks. The walks, maybe the only thing that really catches your eye as far as something to work on, that control. But other than that, she has been fantastic with the 3rd best ERA in the Mid-American Conference so far this season. 3-2, check swing. And Shelby Wessler calls off Living. Good communication right there. 2 down.
Yeah, that was a good play there by Ohio third baseman Shelby Wessler. That's her experience coming through, Sam. She's got a freshman at shortstop, and Mikey Living is a sophomore on the mound. She calls them both off. I got it. She's got the better angle and makes the great play there at first for the 2nd out.
You could tell Mikey thought about going after that ball, but again, great communication. Right there, Shelby Wessler. This is Emily Nardelli, the 2nd baseman, number 8 hitter for the Skyhawks. A 2-0 lead for the Bobcats. A 2-run double from Maddie Wilcox the last half inning. Ohio's offense has been outstanding. They've had to battle and play several close games, though, this season. In fact, 3 of their 4 games last weekend in Fairfax, Virginia, were decided by 3 runs or less.
That's what's so scary. That's what's so scary about Ohio to me, Sam, is their offense is very, very good. And when it's not their day, they have 3 outstanding pitchers in the circle that if the bats aren't popping, the arms sure as heck are. They're rolling, they're grooving. That's why this team's so good.
1-2 pitch. Foul ball. Well, yeah, the 3 pitchers, but then you also have 2 others available as well. So it's a total of 5 pitchers on the Ohio roster, which makes them so dynamic. And to have 3 pitchers that you'll throw out there regularly, way different than last season. 1-2 is grounded right to Shelby Wessler. She has been wide awake already in this game. Several putouts. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the sophomore pitcher, Mikey Living. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning right after this. A 2-0 lead for Ohio, the MAC preseason favorites. We'll be back in a moment. 2-0 lead for Ohio. 2-run double, Maddie Wilcox back in the first inning. And it's 7, 8, and 9 due up here in the bottom of the second inning. Back with Angela Travis. I'm Sam Hyman on this gorgeous day in Southeast Ohio. Shelby Wessler at the plate for the Bobcats.
She's had a busy day so far.
She at third base, absolutely. She caught a line drive, a couple of ground balls. This is a pop-up into left center field. And Piper Hoffman makes the catch for out number 1. Shelby's one of 4 student athletes on this roster with 100 or more career starts. So there are 9 newcomers on this Ohio softball roster, but also a ton of experience as well.
Yeah, really dynamic. Teams where you have girls that can really show and lead the youngsters, as you said, Sam, 9 newcomers. That's a lot for softball, and 2 play a lot. So when you have those girls that have 100+ games under their belt, it can really steer and drive your program in a direction that you want it to go.
Here's Izzy Wilson, sophomore from Delaware, Ohio, at the plate for the Bobcats. 22nd start of the season. Looking for her first hit in over 5 games. She had a breakout freshman season, hit .313. That average right now is just above 200 as she takes strike 3. So trying to get back in rhythm. 2 down for the number 9 hitter, Belle Hummel. Slap hitter out of the 9 spot.
Yeah, head coach Jenna Hall said that they just moved Belle down here to the 9 spot in the lineup. As you see there, she grounds it to the second baseman to try to roll over the lineup more consistently. So that is why that slapper there is in the 9 hole for Ohio.
So a quick 1-2-3 inning. Lauren Donovan settles down. We go to the 3rd right after this. 2-0 Bobcats. Stonehill at the plate here in the top of the 3rd inning. 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up for the Skyhawks. Taylor Schoonmaker, the right fielder, leads off. Freshman from the state of New York. First start of the season, first start of her career today.
Yeah, she's appeared in 10 games for Stonehill. She's hitting .250. She scored 3 runs. I'm interested to see here how she rolls that lineup over, as we were just previously talking about with Ohio, to the top.
Belle Hummel right there for out number 1. Yeah, a lot of these number 9 hitters, or at least the 2 that we've seen in this game, going after the pitchers early in the count, not working the count, going right at it.
Yeah, towards the bottom of the lineup, that's the place in the lineup where you're going to see the most fastballs. So going in there with that aggressive approach, I like that. However, if you're going to go in there first pitch hacking, you got to get a hit out of it.
Back-to-back first pitch swings from Stonehill. 2 outs, 2 pitches and 2 outs. Natalie Bottolieri is retired. And Mikey Living has retired the last 6 batters she's faced.
Yeah, Stonehill, they really need to dig in at the plate, Sam, and see some pitches, make Mikey work. She is too good of a pitcher to be out there swinging at the first pitch and grounding out and flying out. They really need to make her work.
It has been definitely impressive to watch Mikey's young journey, as we talked a little bit about with what she did in high school. And even last season as a freshman, she put down a 2.76 ERA in 21 starts. As that hits the top of the zone, strike two. I remember watching Mikey's first career appearance in the circle. It was against an SEC team, Arkansas, opening weekend last year. And she only allowed 1 earned run in 3 2/3 innings. And it was just a glimpse of what was to come for the then freshman. Nothing into the count to Piper Hoffman, the left fielder, 0 for 1 with a ground out her first time up.
Yeah, and as we mentioned with Mikey, to no help for the hitters, she's added a pitch to her repertoire, as Coach Jenna Hall called it, and that's a drop ball. So, you know, as she gets a strikeout there, she's retired the last 7. That's just amazing quick work from Mikey right there.
Ohio has won 7 straight games, trying to win their 8th here in game 1 of our doubleheader today. We'll be back in a moment here on YouTube. Top of the order for the Bobcats. Bottom of the 3rd inning. And it's Lauren Uhas, the senior from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. 23rd start of the season in game 23 for Ohio softball.
Yeah, she's been great, Sam. Coach Jenna Hall, like we talked about earlier, she said she loves Lauren. She called her the leadoff I've always wanted with the power and speed combo. She's stolen 8 bases. She is 8 for 8. She is yet to be caught stealing this year.
And she is called out for the 2nd time, sort of a weird situation. We saw in the 1st inning, Angelo, Lauren Uhas, she dropped down a bunt and then proceeded to move towards the top of the batter's box and got called out because the ball hit her. And then here, not a bunt situation, but gets in a position perhaps where she was not supposed to go. But they're not going to call her out here.
So, yeah, so that first at bat, Sam, she laid down that bunt. It was in fair territory. She was outside of the box. That's why she was out. And there, she did not make an attempt, or she leaned into the pitch, which is why the home plate umpire told her to stay in the box.
Just a warning. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Uhas. Lauren Donovan in the circle, and Uhas loops this over the shortstop, Kelly. It's a base hit for the senior Lauren Uhas, who again is so versatile in the leadoff spot where she can drop down a bunt. She can hit singles, but also has power as well. Hit that leadoff home run last year at Pittsburgh. Here's CeCe Keitel.
And this situation here with the bat of CeCe Keitel up to bat for the Bobcats, as I say it, they execute a hit and run. That's exactly what I was going to call for. You have that speed on first base with Lauren Uhas and the powerful bat of CeCe Keitel. That's a perfect opportunity for a hit and run opportunity.
And that really threw off Chloe Kelly because she was scampering over to second base to cover the second base bag. And that, you know, she vacated the area where the ball ultimately ended up landing. And so here, after further discussion, Lauren Uhas is out at second base.
They got her for leaving early, Sam.
Yep.
Yeah.
She left early on the first base bag. And so CeCe Keitel will go back to the plate.
So what was beautiful execution on part
Wow.
of CC Keidel ends up becoming an out, and now she's back up to bat. And that's the really tough thing is timing that release on the pitchers. And Lauren Uhas, she got the wheels revving a little early, Sam.
The engine was going, and then foot on the gas a bit too early. You can get that engine can run, but foot on the gas go a little too soon. So CC Keidel back up, and a 2-ball, no strike count here to the senior from Hilliard, Ohio, out of Hilliard-Davidson High School. Jenna Hall told us that CC is having the best year of her career at Ohio, and she rips this one in the left field. So, do you give CC 2 singles right there?
I'm sure she wouldn't mind the 2 singles.
2 singles and 1 at bat?
Yeah, Sam, she's been excellent. The thing I really love is she's drawn 7 walks, been hit by 6 pitches, and she's only struck out 3 times. When you're able to apply pressure like that to defenses, you become such a headache for pitchers and coaches alike.
That is very impressive for someone that, again, for the majority of her career, CC has been batting in that bottom tier of the lineup. And here for the 2nd straight weekend, she's bumped up to the 2 spot. Tough play, Chloe Kelly, it drops. And Ohio in business, 1st and 2nd, only 1 out. A bloop single for Brenna Farmer.
That's such a difficult play, ranging out towards left field for Chloe Kelly. I mean, what an effort to even get a glove on it.
Right.
She would have loved to come down with it, but we call that the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes, we do.
Balls go there to die. That little bloop, it's such a difficult play, but what an effort by Chloe Kelly at shortstop.
So here's Emma Hoffner, catcher, doubled and scored her first time up. She leads this team with 30 RBIs, scorches this ball into right field, but playable. Schoonmaker is there. 2 outs.
What an arm there from right field. She fired that thing into third base. That was an excellent throw, holding CC Keidel there at second base on the short fly to right field for the 2nd out of the inning.
Maddie Wilcox, the DP, 2-run double her last time up. Almost got it over the wall in center field, and she gets hit. That looked like it may have hit the knob of her bat, but it does indeed hit Maddie Wilcox. So bases loaded, 2 outs, big spot, and it's Mikey Living, the pitcher, who is hitting today. Jenna Hall said that this was in the equation this weekend. We could see this. She just got her first career hit last weekend in Fairfax, Virginia. That is on the outside corner for a strike.
Bases juiced, ducks on the pond. No time better for Mikey Living to come up to bat. Sam, you loved her bat in high school, correct?
Yeah, she had an unbelievable career, both as a pitcher and a hitter, but her senior year, where she was West Virginia State Player of the Year in softball, she hit .596 her senior year and hit a state record 23 home runs. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mikey Living, so there's no surprise we are seeing her get this opportunity. She wasn't regularly hitting as a freshman at Ohio. 2-1 is grounded to the second baseman, and it's bobbled. Nardelli can't handle it, and 2-run score. Ohio leads 4-0, and Mikey is safe at first. Put the ball in play, Angelo. Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what happens when you put the ball in play. You apply pressure to the defense, and that's really what Stonehill can't have. Looking to end their losing skid here against Ohio, they can't have unforced, unearned runs against a team who's going to make you pay. I mean, we've seen it. Ohio can really swing the bat, and so that's a tough air. That
It
was
is.
in the 3rd out. It's a tough air.
It is, and going back to Stonehill's last game, they committed 5 errors in their loss to Dayton, which I mentioned earlier I thought it was a shutout. It was 8-3 the final on yesterday, 8-3, and the defense committed 5 errors, so they're going to have to shore that up. Here's Shelby Wessler, flew out her first time up from Marion, Ohio, a junior, 23rd start of the season.
Yeah, Sam, here's just another potent bat for the Bobcats. You know, this year she's not hitting up to her career standard, and she knows that. She's looking to use these next couple games to kind of get back in her groove, find her hitting streak. And here's another player for the Bobcats, Sam. She only has 2 strikeouts on the entire year, both of those coming in the last 3 games.
Ohio, a team that doesn't strike out a lot in general. You talked about Cece a moment ago, and now Shelby as she draws a walk, bases loaded. Ohio has the 4th fewest strikeouts in the MAC.
Yeah, and when your hitters they're working counts, they're working pitchers, and they're not striking out, Sam. We see the offensive numbers for the Bobcats. That's the recipe right there, is you don't strike out and you apply the pressure to the defense.
So we have a pitching change here at the Ohio softball field. And we will take a very quick break. 2 outs, bases loaded. Bobcats lead 4-0. New pitcher in the circle for the Skyhawks, Alexa Hospodar. This is her 7th appearance of the season, 6.33 ERA in 21 innings. Big spot, bases loaded with 2 down. Izzy Wilson, sophomore from Delaware, Ohio, takes ball 1.
Yeah, Sam, her ERA this year in this young season, as we approach the halfway mark, it's up a little bit from what it was in 2024. She was at a 5.69 in 2024, but she's got a 2-2-1 record for Stonehill. So coming in with bases loaded is never easy. So I'm interested to see how she works her way out of this and keep Stonehill in the game off defensively.
Yeah, definitely a big spot with it being a 4-run game. Ohio trying to break this thing open. 3 balls and 1 strike to Izzy Wilson, hitless over her last 5 games. They're 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Izzy went to Olentangy Berlin High School and knows what it's like to start right away. She was on varsity as a freshman in high school, and then the everyday left fielder last season for Ohio her freshman year, as that off speed just misses low. Full count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Sam, all it really takes to bust that slump is 1 pitch, 1 hit, and as that's a great cut put on it there. She was named All-MAC second team. She was named to the MAC All-Tournament team in 2024.
That's impressive as a freshman,
All-MAC.
All-MAC.
A freshman. So she has the ability. She has the can-do. It's just, at the plate, can she bust that slump? And, it only takes 1 pitch.
Well, this 1 pitch is outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks from the Skyhawks. And a bases loaded walk, so it's 5-0 as Maddie Wilcox scores. And the bases remain loaded for the number 9 hitter, Belle Hummel, right fielder for the Bobcats. Foul ball. Hummel making her 23rd start of the season. Only made 5 starts last year. She dealt with an injury early in the season and then slowly got back into the lineup. But definitely A dynamic player for Jenna Hall's team as this is punched on the ground, bobbled. Hummel's got wheels. The throw to second is late, and Ohio keeps on going. Mikey Living scores. It is 6-0 Bobcats.
Yeah, Sam, that's, another, that should be the fourth out this inning for Stonehill. That's a play you have to make as a shortstop there for Chloe Kelly. That's tough. The pitcher does her job. She gets you a ground ball, and then you don't convert. So that's tough.
Opposite field, Lauren Uhas, 2-run score. And Uhas into second base with 2 RBIs. And the Bobcats breaking it open. It is 9-0 Ohio. Ohio's batted around in this inning.
What a piece of hitting there from Lauren Uhas. Just pokes it into right field, scores 2 runs, and then you saw the speed there around the bases to advance up to second. That's kind of risky. Had the first baseman cut that off, they could have thrown behind and had a play there at second. But the speed from Lauren Uhas, she's just able to reach second safely.
It is a double for Uhas. So her second hit of this inning, Angelo, has CC Keitel bats for the second time in this inning. She singled in this frame, which was, man, we should be timing this inning because it's been over, it feels like 20 minutes, 10-0 lead.
Great play from Chloe Kelly, ranging to her left. That absolutely makes up for the error. You can't get the runs back, but it's a great play there from Chloe Kelly.
And it is an 8-0 lead for the Bobcats as we go to the 4th inning right after this. Six runs for Ohio in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is 8-0 Bobcats. Top of the 4th we go at the Ohio softball field. First home game of the season. We've got 2 games today. Game 2 of this doubleheader coming up approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this first game. And then Ohio will be back home again this weekend for a double dip against Detroit Mercy. Mikey Living in the circle for the Bobcats still. She has been locked in, Angelo. She has retired the last 7 batters she's faced. The sophomore from New Haven, West Virginia.
Yeah, she's been excellent in the circle, Sam. She's making quick work of the Stonehill hitters, strike after strike after strike. If I'm Stonehill here, I would love to see kind of a dig-in mentality. Dig in the box, see some pitches, work a count. That's the only way you're going to get back into this game because they're not hitting Mikey right now. So you got to see some pitches, work some counts, maybe get some walks. I think that's the way back into this game here for Stonehill.
Tough spot, and it's blooped into shallow center field. A base hit for Melanie Snyder to lead off the top of the 4th inning. So just sort of a grinded out jam situation, not the hardest hit ball, but find a way, and the leadoff batter is aboard.
Yeah, Melanie Snyder's been a real bright spot for Stonehill. They did take that big month break, but she recorded 5 straight games with a hit from February 9th to March 11th.
The first hit of the game as well for Stonehill, as that Harper Sullivan is out, but she does move Snyder over to second base. Shannon Conti at the plate. Lined out her first time up. One ball and no strikes.
Shannon Conti for the Stonehill Skyhawks, Sam. She's one of the only 3 players that have appeared in and started in all 12 games for Stonehill. So she's kind of been, you know, like a rock for this lineup. You know, some consistency where there's been inconsistency, if you will. And, you know, she has 4 RBIs, 7 hits. You would like to see her really dig in and drive a ball here.
Runner at second base with 1 out, Mikey Living. Great pitch, jams Conti. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mikey Living out of New Haven, West Virginia. Some talented softball players have come out of her area. Mentioned she went to Wahama High School, the White Falcons, as that is fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mikey's pitching coach growing up, Tim Fouts, who is the father of star softball player Montana Fouts, who went to Alabama, a 2-time first-team All-American, the NFCA National Pitcher of the Year in 2021. Mikey worked with her father growing up, which is just, I mean, you can imagine all the advice and insight you get from a guy like Tim Fouts, Montana's father.
Absolutely. I'm sure if you know the game of softball, you've definitely heard the name Montana Fouts. She could really throw it, Sam. Lower 70s, excuse me, at Alabama. She was a stud and took her team very deep in the tournament. As we see a strikeout there from Mikey Living, strikes out Conti.
Second strikeout of the game for Living, who has only allowed 1 hit in this game. And her team is up 8-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Quick change at the plate here for Stonehill, Jessica Brill, the junior from Natick, Massachusetts, at the plate. Brill this season 5 for 26 at the plate, 192 batting average.
Yeah, Sam, she started 10 games. She's appeared in 11. As that one squeaks through the infield.
Stonehill is on the board. An RBI single. Snyder comes across to score. Chloe Kelly, who is replaced by Jessica Brill. Brill picks up her 3rd RBI of the season.
That's what Stonehill needs, Sam. I mean, what a call from head coach Ali Malouf there to go with the bat off the bench and pays instant dividends.
Yeah.
I mean, just does enough to get it out of the infield.
Another first pitch swing, though, and quickly out. May Dawes, a 6-4 put out, and that'll end the inning. But Stonehill gets a run. It is 8-1 Ohio, home opener here at the Ohio softball field. We'll be back in a moment. All right, the heartbeat of the order for the Bobcats, 3, 4, and 5 due up here in the Bottom of the 4th inning with Angelo Travis, Sam Hyman on hand. Home opener for Ohio softball. The MAC preseason favorites. A lot of buzz around this program. Back-to-back 30-win seasons. 3 straight second-place finishes in the Mid-American Conference regular season standings. They're hungry for their first MAC tournament title since 2018. Long way to go, though, Angelo. Just one day at a time.
Long way to go, and yeah, like you just said, that's exactly what head coach Jenna Hall said. She said, especially this weekend, you know, we need to focus on the process and the preparation. And, you know, as a team, if that's what you're really focusing on as you get deeper into the season, then that's how those teams make those deep runs.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Omaha.
Yep, or Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Omaha's baseball.
Or Oklahoma City. I mean, look, right now the joy is in the doing. That's something that's a phrase that Jenna Hall really tries to preach to her team, and know that to not get caught up in the wins and losses. Enjoy the process. Like you said, process and preparation. Everything will take care of itself. Here's Brenna Farmer at the plate. A single and a walk in her first 2 plate appearances, sophomore. And that's on the outside corner for a strike. But yeah, that's sort of the overarching message this season for a team that does have a lot of experience. We mentioned 4 position players on this roster have started over 100 games as Farmer hits this into shallow left. Piper Hoffman makes the catch for out number 1. Then you got 9 newcomers on the Ohio roster as well. But this team coming in, you look at the makeup of it, and it is deep from a pitching standpoint with 5 pitchers available. The 3-headed monster with Anna Wise, Skip Miller, and Mikey Living. Nice diving play at second base. Emily Nardelli. First pitch swinging, Emma Hoffner. She hit that ball hard.
Yeah,
there was some smoke behind that, but still not enough.
That ball was tattooed, and, you know, excellent play out there at second base. Full extension, gets to her knees, makes the throw. That was beautiful.
Nasty off speed from the pitcher Alexa Hospodar. Maddie Wilcox, senior from Grove City, Ohio, at the plate for the Bobcats. 2-run double back in the first. Was 2 for 13 at the plate last weekend in Fairfax, Virginia. Ohio won all 4 games out there as this is grounded right to the pitcher. Hospodar makes the play for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for the Skyhawks, trailing 8-1 as we move to the 5th inning here in Athens. Mikey Living back to work in the circle for the Bobcats. 8-1 lead for Ohio. Back with Angelo Travis. I'm Sam Hyman. Game number 23 of the season for Ohio. Only game number 13 for Stonehill. We brought this up earlier. They played a series from February 7th to February 9th, and then took about a month off from games, practiced obviously. Ground ball slowly struck Abby Kennelly, the shortstop. Freshman makes the play. And that is out number one. New hitter, Kaylee Mars, pinch hitting for Emily Nardelli there. One pitch, one out. Taylor Schoonmaker at the plate for the Skyhawks. And that is a ball, 1-0. So yeah, kind of a funky schedule for Stonehill before conference play hits. Their wins against Bellarmine, Evansville, UT Martin, Furman, and Tennessee Tech, but they had a huge period of time where they did not play any games, but starting March 7th, you go back to March 7th, they have played at least one game every day from March 7th until now, and that will continue through March 15th when they open up conference play this weekend at St. Francis. The only game or only day they have not played a game during this stretch is March 10th. So a lot of softball after a whole month off.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and we touched on it earlier in the broadcast. Today is games 7 and 8 for them in 7 days. And, you know, they've traveled around the state of Ohio, and then they leave Ohio tonight and they go to Pennsylvania for tomorrow. So, you know, you can only imagine, you know, the exhaustion and, you know, the travel and sleeping in hotel beds and just how that factors into how the team's been performing these last couple games. I mean, they've lost 4 straight. So, you know, those are all factors that definitely play into it.
They'll open up NEC play on Friday, tomorrow at St. Francis. 3 games over the weekend at Red Flash softball field. Ground ball, freshman Abby Kennelly vacuums it up and throws to first. So nice work from Kennelly over at shortstop. 2 great plays right there. And she is the only freshman position player that has gotten regular reps as a starter this season.
Yeah, she's been excellent for the Bobcats, as, you know, a lot of them have been, as we've been talking about. And she's just a freshman, like you said. And against UNCG, University of North Carolina, Greensboro, on February 8th, she scored 3 runs. She crossed home plate 3 times. And, you know, as a freshman, you don't see that very much.
Yeah, and even though she is not hitting today, or at least in this game, her defense, something that has been sparkling so far in her freshman season. Ground ball right back to the circle. Mikey Living quickly, 1, 2, 3 inning, 3 ground outs. 5 innings of work for Mikey Living, only 1 run on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning after this. Ohio leads by 7 here in Athens.
Number 2, Mikey Living.
Here we go, bottom of the 5th at the Ohio softball field in Athens, and Mikey Living will bat for the 3rd time today. Sophomore from New Haven, West Virginia. And Living awaits, and that is on the outside corner for a strike. Mikey Living, we documented her skill set as a high school student athlete where she was both a pitcher and a hitter. 0-1 is blasted on a line into left, and Piper Hoffman makes the catch. She is a home run threat every time she is in the batter's box. 23 home runs, state record her senior year, but unable to get it done right there. Still good sign, though, with her driving the ball the opposite way.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great piece of hitting. Unfortunately, just went right to the left fielder. She really put a charge into that ball just right at the left fielder.
First pitch swinging, and 2 quick outs. Shelby Wessler grounds out. Ohio with a 7-run lead right now. One more run in this inning would end the game. 8 runs or more. If you got a lead that is 8 or more after 5 innings, the game is over. It's declared a run rule. So essentially here Ohio has a chance to end this first game. Izzy Wilson, 1 ball and no strikes, looking for her first hit of the game, and she is a sophomore hitting in the 8th spot today for Jenna Hall.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, Sam, she really has the can-do and the ability.
She does.
And, you know, she's only hitting .203 so far this season, and that's in 21 games with 21 starts. It's just, you know, breaking that slump. You know, every softball player has been in a slump, and, you know, if you have to lay down a bunt or, you know, whatever it is to really break that slump. But once she gets out of that slump, I'm sure she's going to turn it up and continue to be great for the Bobcats at the plate.
That is a strike, 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, Izzy Wilson came in as a highly skilled outfielder. Jenna Hall said that that was one of the biggest things that stood out in the recruiting process was Izzy's defense in the outfield. She glides to the ball more than she sprints. So really looks effortless out there when she's playing in the outfield. And her coverage is really, really strong. There's a walk with 2 outs, and she's walked for the 2nd time today.
That's just great at-bat presence right there. You know, she knows she's not hitting as well as she would like to, so she goes up to the plate being very selective, and she draws her 2nd walk of the day. I mean, that's just a great job at the plate by the sophomore.
Belle Hummel, slap hitter, punches it to the left of the circle. Tough play. She's speedy. Ball gets away, and Izzy Wilson scurries to 3rd base. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, the winning run at 3rd base, trying to run rule the Skyhawks. Ooh, this is an interesting spot. Lauren Uhas, who has 2 hits and 2 RBIs, at the plate now.
Yeah, Sam.
That is an error, too, by the way.
They marked that as an error. Okay.
I believe so.
I thought Bell was going to beat that out
maybe
regardless, but, you know.
I agree. Ground ball to the first baseman. This is bobbled. Tough play. Uhas avoids the tag. And Izzy Wilson scores, and that's the game. Ohio wins 9-1. They actually did rule it a hit for Belle Hummel. Izzy Wilson advanced to 3rd on the error. So that's where the 3rd error or 4th error of the game came in for Stonehill. But that's it, 9-1. The Bobcats pick up their 8th straight win. And we will have the 2nd game of our doubleheader in about 30 minutes. So Ohio wins 9-1 over Stonehill in game 1 of our doubleheader. Your final thoughts, Angelo, on the first game that we just witnessed?
Yeah, I think Ohio did a great job coming in here and doing what head coach Jenna Hall knew they could do today in that first game. You know, she said they wanted to be perfect in all 3 facets of the game today and the next few games coming up. And, you know, I think they really did that. They stuck to their strengths offensively. They hit well with runners in scoring position. They worked counts, drew walks, and, you know, defensively, I mean, how can you not look at Mikey Living? She did a great job on
Sensational. Sensational work for Mikey Living. In her 7th start of the season, Mikey Living picks up another victory. She's 6-1 now on the season, and now we turn our attention to game 2. So that'll come your way in about 30 minutes. We'll talk to you then. Again, thanks for watching game 1. Ohio wins 9-1, 8 straight wins for the Bobcats. Game 2 coming up in just a moment. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back in about 30 minutes for Game 2.